On December 6, 2024, Trooper Matthews spots a blue Dodge Challenger on Oakley Industrial Boulevard, a car that has already fled from Coweta County Sheriff's Office and Georgia State Patrol multiple times. He pulls it over for tint and a tag frame violation, and the Challenger slow rolls behind a tractor trailer before going around it and taking off.
1080. 1080.
Here, continuing taking out of work on the oil, coming up on the other lane. Getting your right turn. Quick right turn. Westbound 185. Westbound 185.
The trooper missed the pit and the Challenger merges onto interstate, avoiding stop sticks and disappearing into traffic at 160 miles per hour.
Over to the far right lane. Far right lane. Cross on the Fayetteville Road. Continue at 8 miles north in the far right lane. Light traffic overhead. Keep 100 of them. Back in the left lane. Go on the far right lane. Heavy traffic overhead, heavy traffic overhead, still in the far left lane, switching over to the right side. Now on exit 64, he's in the far right lane, heavy traffic overhead. Go to shoulder, far right shoulder now. Coming up on flat shoulder, far right shoulder. He is passing up on his exit, continuing northbound. I just saw on the flat shoulder bridge, he's back in the left lane now. Lane number 3 now.
Atlanta Police Aviation Unit takes over from above, tracking every move until the pursuit approaches the restricted airspace and Phoenix loses contact. Minutes later, Trooper Brown finds it leaving an apartment complex on Washington Road, takes off again the moment it sees the patrol car.
Hey, westbound Washington Road, westbound Washington Road.
There's your 10 day. Coming down Washington Road.
Yep, southbound Washington, southbound Washington. Phoenix, you with us?
So we're about 3 miles off. We're coming as fast as we can.
Alright, yep, still southbound Washington. Okay, yeah, 285 south, push bond, push bond, push bond.
Hey, if you need to be careful, the right dog, be careful.
The driver loses control, strikes another motorist, and the Challenger is done. Driver was arrested within seconds. A Challenger that had already escaped multiple times, fled at 160 miles per hour, dodged 2 sets of stop sticks, lost an entire aviation unit to airport airspace, and still ended up in handcuffs. On June 20th, 2022, Trooper Trenton is merging onto the interstate when a red Challenger catches his eye, the same one that had already fled from police not long before. He slots in behind it, lights and sirens on giving the driver every chance to do the right thing. The driver had absolutely no intention of doing the right thing. moment that Challenger took off, the trooper knew this was not about a simple traffic stop. The way he ran from the start told the whole story. Too much to hide, too much to lose, and no intention of letting this end quietly. The trooper settled in knowing this was going to take everything he had until that Challenger had nowhere left to go. The suspect bails on foot, but with that many troopers and K-9 units on the ground, he does not get far before the K-9 runs him down and puts an end to it. A search of the Challenger turns up stolen handguns and multiple illegal substances, exactly what he was so desperate to keep hidden from the very beginning. Taken into custody and transported to the county jail, where that long list of charges was already waiting for him. It was July 8th, 2023, when a Cabot police are already in pursuit of a white Dodge Challenger that was just stolen in their city, requesting assistance on Interstate 30 westbound. The trooper enters the interstate, takes primary, and immediately the Challenger is pushing 130 miles per hour, cutting between vehicles and using the shoulder like an extra lane.
Yeah, I'm out in the secondary. I'll go ahead and call it. Come up to 139B, so I-30, eastbound.
16, I think I'm from right now.
Ten-4 State, you are primary now, 48, copy traffic.
Yeah, well, we just passed 139B, still going south on 130 right now.
10-4.
18 to 16, I'm about to scout their change. Coming up to 139AX, I believe we're still going to be heading on I-30. Yeah, well, we're just past 139AX, still on I-30.
The trooper takes over with one thing on his mind, but 130 miles per hour and a packed interstate is not giving him the clean angle he needs, and every attempt to close in gets shut down by traffic. He stays patient though, because the moment that suspect gives him even a sliver of space, this chase is over.
Still on I-30 going west for 6 for Kilo.
10-4.
I'm no longer secondary. Adam 18 Little Rock, I'm secondary, I'll call it. We're 30 west, just passing the south interchange. Right lane, speed to 120.
Careful.
11, 18, and 16, y'all end it when you can. 10-4. Just past the 137 westbound, number 2 lane, speed to 135. TVI. 137.5. Copy TVI.
Marquette Muhammad get out of the car and fled into the woods, caught a short time later and handed over to Cabot police, who started this whole thing. Theft of property over $25,000, felony fleeing, aggravated assault, reckless driving, and fleeing on foot. On September 12, 2023, in Douglas County, Georgia, a deputy spots a blue Dodge Challenger with dark tint rolling on Interstate 20. Looks like nothing, a tent stop at most, but this is exactly why Georgia law enforcement follows up on what some people call small crimes, because you never know what is sitting behind that tinted glass. What happens next makes that point better than any argument ever could. The trooper closes the gap fast, cuts the suspect's path in half, and sends him off the road the moment he comes back onto the interstate. Out of the car, immediately weapon drawn, and now it is time to take the driver into custody. But this suspect is not making that part easy either.
Get your hands up! Hands! Get your hands up! Do it now! Show me your hands! Hands out the window! Get your hands out the window! Hands! Get your hands! Get out the window! Hands up! 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 Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
Just when it looked like this was finally wrapping up, the driver fled into the woods.
I'm 10. No, on the ground. Show me your hands. Get on the ground. I'm going to shoot you. Get on the ground. Hey, get on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. We're done. We're done. Come here. Come here. We're done. We're done. You all right? Look at that.
Jeffrey Oliver Williams, 42 years old, out of Mississippi, booked into Douglas County Jail on a list that starts with a tent violation and ends with trafficking methamphetamine. Investigators dig deeper and find approximately 25,000 ecstasy tablets, every single one containing methamphetamine, with a street value of $400,000. His claim that the car was not his did not hold up for a single second in court. Williams walks away with a mandatory 10 years in Georgia State Prison, followed by 20 years of probation, with a release date of September 9, 2033. On August 14, 2022, deputies already set up looking for a stolen orange Dodge Challenger that has not come back out of the Gross Lake Parkway neighborhood. Stop sticks are positioned, and when the Challenger rolls up to the stop sign at high speed and sees the blue lights, it hits the stop sticks and takes off anyway.
9219 radio, we are 1080. 9219 radio, we are 1080. Stop six are good. Stop six are good. We're going left on Fairview. Left on Fairview.
West on Fairview, stop six good.
Who's behind me? Rare speeds are about 80. It's occupied 2 times. I think we got all 4 of them. We're coming up to Salem.
Continue straight across Salem. Continue straight across Salem. Straight across Salem. Tap road.
The stop sticks do their job, and the Challenger is visibly struggling. The erratic handling telling the whole story of a driver running out of car and running out of road at the same time.
over here at Parkway. See what we have brought down by the player as well. Well, we got 2 troopers with us as well. 2-1. 1050, 1050, 1050.
Get out of the car! Stay down! Stay down! Don't move! Do not move! I'll shoot you! Get your on the ground! Get your on the ground right now! Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest, motherfucker.
The driver was taken into custody without any further resistance, walked back to the patrol car, and transported to Newton County Sheriff's Office. A juvenile passenger who fled on foot is caught a short distance away, with Georgia State Patrol taking those charges, a firearm recovered from the vehicle by GSP. It was July 13, 2025, when a Trooper Wright moves in on a dark blue Dodge Challenger doing 84 in a 65 with 2 defective brake lights. The moment those lights come on, the exhaust tells the story before the speedometer does. The Challenger accelerates immediately, and a pursuit is on. The Mississippi plate comes back to a blue Dodge Challenger, and that is about all the confirmation needed.
Challenger gray in color.
Nearly 160 miles per hour, the driver turned off the lights, doing everything possible to become invisible on the interstate. When the pursuit reaches the Interstate 55 bridge approaching the Tennessee state line, the trooper called the pursuit off. Trooper Wright follows the flow of traffic into Tennessee just far enough to check the curves at the 11-mile marker, making sure nobody is sitting in a ditch. The Challenger got away at 157 miles per hour and crossed into Tennessee before anyone could stop it. On October 25, 2022, reports come in of a Challenger going wild on the road. The trooper responds quickly, locates it pushing well past the speed limit, and slots in behind it with lights activated. The driver does not even consider slowing down. If anything, the accelerator goes further to the floor, and the trooper gets on the radio letting other units know he is in pursuit.
What direction are you going?
Westbound into Tennessee, Tech.
And westbound?
Yeah, we're making the circle. He's going to go back to 40 to head back eastbound.
The suspect keeps circling, giving the trooper exactly what he needs. The trooper reads it immediately, and the decision is made. The perfect opportunity is right there, and he is not letting it pass.
Hey, listen.
We're getting on the service road. Headed back to the gate. me see your hands right now. Hands in the air. Now, hands up. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
The trooper does an outstanding job. The moment that Pitt lands, he is already out of the car, pistol drawn, making absolutely sure this suspect is not going anywhere on foot. Arrested on the spot, taken into custody without any further drama, and a search of the Challenger turns up exactly what everyone suspected: illegal substances that were worth risking all of this to hide. It was December 10th, 2024, when a trooper Vrooman merges onto US 67. He immediately notices a white 2022 Dodge Challenger sitting in the left lane doing 65. He runs the plates and moves in for a stop at the 45-mile marker. Gordon hits the turn signal like he is pulling over, then puts his foot down and disappears past 120 miles per hour. Gordon crawls out the passenger door and runs. 20 yards later, both of them slip on the grass, and what follows is a full wrestling match until a passing civilian pulls over and holds Gordon's arms while the trooper waits for backup. Drug paraphernalia and a controlled substance found on Gordon, along with no insurance, unauthorized use of property, felony, fleeing, and resisting arrest. On March 29, 2025, in Fairburn, Georgia, Officer Irwin was running speed enforcement when a Dodge Challenger comes through at triple-digit speeds. All that needs to be said going into this one is that the driver made every trooper involved earn it. But at the end of the day, the better driver always wins, and this was no exception.
Driver 1080, gonna be 85 south. Light traffic. That's fine. That's fine. All day. They're going to the right. Walk. Back the road's up. Yes, sir. Alright,
From the very first second, the Challenger makes the officer work for every inch, struggling to stay close while the gap keeps opening and closing. It takes time and multiple units getting involved before anyone really gets a handle on where this chase is going and what it is going to take to bring it to an end on the interstate.
The favorite unit, all favorite units, handled except favorite 81.
Where you have all units to 15, except for Forever 81. All units to 16, except for Forever 81. Definitely. We got to go shallow. Let's go to 40. Are you still in it, Paul? Or how you going?
Go where you're going. I'm a couple units behind you. Go in front of me.
Alright, that's all. Avenue 49 southbound. Please.
officer has been right on that Challenger long enough to know exactly what this driver is capable of. And after staying close for as long as he has, the call is made. It is time to end this, and he commits to making his move.
Pit 41, pit 41.
41 receipt, pit 41 midnight, already received. Okay.
Got a bush line on the wall, black male, red shirt, black shorts. Watch out, big truck, big truck. Running through it. There I go. I hear it. Hey, come out right now. Hey, get back over here. Get back here. Show me your hands. Let's see your hands. Your hands. He's running this way.
The suspect crosses all lanes of the interstate and disappears on foot, but the Challenger was not so lucky and has gone on to Mopar heaven or hell, depending on how you look at it. And a big shout out to the Fairburn Police Department for letting their officers chase criminals clean out of the city limits. For anyone who thought Fairburn was a free pass, think again, because these officers do not stop and they do not give up. On May 9th, 2025, a white Dodge Challenger was speeding in Webb County with Texas troopers right behind it. Behind the wheel is Humberto Misael Garcia, and what he is carrying in that Challenger is exactly why he is willing to drive like this through neighborhoods at 100 miles per hour.
We're on a 1080 with a white Challenger. The tags are going to be on my car. We're going to go southbound 35. We just got off Lafayette. Turn east on Jefferson, going into Lyon.
10-4 vehicle east on Jefferson, turning into Lyon.
Vehicle just turned on into Monterrey at 1050 against the wall.
For vehicle northbound on 19th.
The hood flies open after a crash into a wall, and Garcia keeps driving. Miles of highway with the hood completely up, blocking his view, and somehow still going. At this point, the only thing more dangerous than what is in that car is the man driving it.
It's on the stop sign of McPherson. It's just 1050 Laredo. 1050 with the vehicle. It's an EMS. Driver's wearing red shorts, white shirt. Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down!
4 people found inside that Challenger referred immediately to U.S. Border Patrol. Garcia was arrested and charged with smuggling of persons evading arrest, failure to stop and render aid, and reckless driving. On February 16, 2023, just after midnight, Trooper Matthews gets word that a gray Dodge Challenger with a stolen dealer tag has already fled from Gwinnett County. Minutes later, Chamblee PD's license plate reader picks it up and units located in a hotel parking lot. Matthews is en route when a marked patrol car spooks the driver, and the Challenger takes off west on Chamblee-Tucker Road, passing Matthews head-on with nobody behind it. He flips around, and the chase is on. At 150 miles per hour on a packed interstate, every car around him is an obstacle and every gap is a gamble. Definitely not a good situation for anyone involved. Challenger erratically exits onto Claremont Road, running red lights and pushing onto the Interstate 85 frontage road. The suspect, Jeffrey Segura, fled on foot, and during the foot chase, he drops the handgun before he was arrested. Dilated pupils, bruxism, elevated state, and a burnt glass pipe with methamphetamine residue in his pocket. Charged with reckless driving, fleeing and eluding obstruction, DUI, drugs, and driving with no license.